Arsenal. The Gunners have just about salvaged their season. And hear me out on this. That result against Manchester City, 1-1, it wasn't the fact that they were on the brink of losing that game. It's the fact that they managed to claw something back and hold Manchester City off. Because Manchester City going in on the back of 3 clean sheets after Donnarumma arrived at the football club and being right up there alongside Arsenal this season, I think would have brought Arsenal back down to that playing field of top 4 fighters and Liverpool walk away with it. The fact that they held their nerve and finally created that one chance off the back of, I'm going to be completely honest here, a brilliant City defensive performance, and that absolutely destroys me saying that, but that was the most unlike Pep setup Manchester City ever. For Arsenal to get through that, to get the point out of this game, to actually be 5 points behind Liverpool instead of 6, that is huge because of the Manchester City factor. The fact that they've held them off and City are still back down in the mid-table range, and it is Arsenal and Liverpool still up there. Because Arsenal being pegged back, being 6 points behind Liverpool, that's bad enough on its own. 2 defeats for Liverpool that you just don't see happening right now. But I think that alone, for the confidence of Arsenal, and I can understand the celebrations in the Emirates after that late goal from Martinelli, that was absolutely huge. Because also this season alone, for Arsenal to be 5 games in and 2 defeats in as well, that isn't good enough. And that, honestly, and this is going to sound absolutely crazy, but Arsenal's title race was over if they lost to Manchester City. I don't know. Because Liverpool haven't even started yet, and they're still maximum points. And that would have been, for them, 6 points behind Liverpool at this stage would have been, I think, insurmountable. I don't think they would have been able to catch them. I just think Liverpool's squad is that big, and the fact that they'd already lost to Liverpool late on, again, I just think it's a momentum swing, and I think Arsenal now will push on from this even more. They've had an all right start to the season. Don't get me wrong, like it's not been Liverpool's start to the season, but Arsenal really there were on the brink of not being able to create anything apart from a set piece. You looked at the Man United game early on in the season, first game of the season. Yes, everyone's a bit nervous. Everyone's a little bit lacklustre because of pre-season and not being fully match sharp yet. But it took a scrappy corner for them to score there. Then they go to Anfield and they draw a blank completely trying to defend out at Anfield. And then you're looking at this game today, literally 5 minutes left of injury time, and they were on the brink of another blank against one of the bigger clubs. And it looks like you've bought all of them players in the summer, the big striker up front, doing everything that everybody's told you needed to do. I mean, that forward line for Arsenal, to draw 3 blanks near enough in open play in them games, everybody starts to talk about that. And then on comes, as Arteta says it, his finishers. He's Martinelli. He tried everything. Madueke, Saka, Eza, Trossard. He's got everyone on the pitch. Jokeres, every single attacking option that he's got out there, trying everything. And it's Martinelli again, the man that has been forgotten about because of the signings that Arsenal have made this season, that comes up from nowhere and just gets that absolutely gorgeous little finish over the top of Donnarumma. And City concede their first goal since signing him. I mean, that's big as well. Like I said at the start, just to put City back in their place. But for Arsenal, just to move on from that and not lose that game was huge and massive. Because it looked like there was no way through that City brick wall. And it was solid. And I'm still trying to figure out, with the players that Pep's got, like, how is he setting this team? It's such an unlike Pep Guardiola setup at the moment at Manchester City. I mean, City fans, you can shoot me down all you want and say it's just a United fan talking about Manchester City, sour grapes and all that. But come on. Like, it's not free-flowing, is it? He literally brought his forwards off with 15 minutes to go and said, that's it. We're shutting up shop. We defend what we have. You left Doku on there, and that was about it. And Doku was City's best player today by a mile. That guy, since the Man United game, again, has just gone on to another level, and he's rediscovered his form. So maybe that is a real weapon for Manchester City going into the rest of this season. They're still not firing in all cylinders for me, Man City. I don't see them ever challenging Liverpool at any point in this season at all. I think Liverpool will beat them when they play them as well. And I think that was their proving today, that Pep Watch actually was setting up his blue brick wall to defend that one moment that they had when Haaland scored the goal. And credit to Haaland, he's a fantastic striker. And when you've got him, you've always got a chance. But why is Pep going full out defensive mode so early in a game? Yes, they had their moments going forward, but it was pure counter-attack football. They didn't even touch Arsenal, really, apart from the odd moment. But then to bring that threat off kind of shows you that Pep's not comfortable playing the way he wants to play in the league this season with that team that he's got at Manchester City. That, for me, says his players are not firing and he's going to have to change up. And he's trying to adapt at the moment. And he almost worked perfectly because he would have got a lot of plaudits for that. Instead, he's going to be talked about like we are now. Just didn't hold on and didn't carry enough threat to push Arsenal further enough back. And then the constant wave of Arsenal attacks in the end got that point for Arsenal. And I think Arteta, again, with his substitutes, I think he probably deserves a bit of credit for that. And you have to look at it and be honest. Arsenal right now are the main threat to Liverpool. Liverpool. Arsenal are going to have to beat Liverpool at the Emirates. I think that's the only way they can hope. But they're going to have to win every single game going through that as well to try and claw that gap back. Because Arsenal are going to drop points again this season in games. City will, Chelsea will. Anyone who you could think could challenge Liverpool right now are off it. The Miles are all 5 points off it. Spurs won't last. That's a definite. We know that already. Obviously, Bournemouth are in there. You don't expect them to see out the full season challenging in the top four either. But there's nobody there really at the moment consistent enough. And the fact that Pep's playing the way he is, Arsenal are clinging on to a last-minute equaliser against Manchester City with all of that firepower that they've brought in. They're just not where Liverpool are. And we'll see as the season goes on if Liverpool do continue this form. And obviously, we'll expect a little bit of a dip somewhere for them. But overall today, I think it was just enough for Arsenal to say, we are still number 2. That's what it was. And they won't like that because they want to be challenging for the title. But it was just keeping City where they were and that not being levelled up, because that would have been Arsenal and City on exactly the same points if that was the result today and City held on for that win. That would have been big for them. But Arsenal just staying ahead of them, I think, is massive. And it just keeps City trying to build up there. City still only with 2 wins so far this season in the Premier League and round about mid-table. So, yeah, I think Arsenal reasserted themselves as the number 2. Whether you think that's good or not, for Arsenal fans right now and Arteta, with the amount of money that's been spent, they want to be challenging for the title. I just think they're still that little bit away. And Liverpool have still got players to come in and fire yet. So that's the difficult one for them to take. But that today was still big for Arsenal, I think. They were going away from that thinking that they will be thinking the more positive out of the two sides. City go away to Arsenal and get a point. It's not a bad result. But in the end, then, the way that finished, I think Arsenal will come out of it and go, we could have really fallen away there, but we just kept ourselves in it and kept them far away from us. So, yeah, credit to Arteta's substitutes again. They changed the game. And I think it was a massive day for the Arsenal fans. But, again, it's looking ominous with Liverpool right now. And I don't see them dropping many more points. And I think everybody else will. I think that was proven there today. It's all about them big games against your opponents. And so far, Arsenal have come out of it the wrong side. Let's just say that. But get your thoughts in. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments in below. And obviously, as a United fan, I'm very, very happy that Arsenal did that to Manchester City, because it keeps Man United close to City as well, on the same points, in fact. And so that's how important that was today. Comments in below. Let me know what you think. Give the video a like and obviously hit that subscribe button as well, everybody. Cheers for watching.